Welcome to another installment of More Mojo on WatchMojo.com. I'm your host, Trey Moore. So what I'm here to talk to you about today is the difference between physical and emotional cheating. So we all know what the physical is. It's doing something with somebody that you shouldn't be doing, right? Okay, fine. So what's emotional cheating? Well, emotional cheating is essentially having emotions for someone that you shouldn't be having emotions for. Now, believe it or not, it seems that emotional cheating is a bigger deal for women than physical cheating is. But the flip side of the coin is, men have more of a problem with physical cheating than emotional cheating. So how do we reconcile this? Who's right and who's wrong? Well, I'm going to tell you. It works this way. A relationship is about choices. You choose to be involved with someone, and every day you make that choice over and over and over again. And that's the problem with physical cheating. It's a breach of that choice. It's a breach of the commitment because you stop making the choice. That's what the commitment is. The commitment is to keep making that choice no matter what happens. The emotional cheating is where things get a little bit into the gray area. Now think about it. You don't have control over your emotions. That's what an emotion is. It's separate from your reason. Reason is about choosing. Reason's about thinking things through. Emotions, they're irrational by definition. You have no choice in the matter. So what happens when you find out that you don't have much emotional fidelity? Well, there's not much you can do about it. You can choose to act on it or you can choose not to act on it. That's where the trouble comes in. But I'm warning you now, guys, when it comes to emotional cheating, chances are your woman is going to care more about that than the physical side. She might not forgive you for the physical, but from what I understand, there's a much better chance she'll forgive the physical cheating over the emotional cheating. Now here's the problem with this, ladies. It does come down to a choice. And guys don't get to choose the way they feel. So sure, maybe they shouldn't be hanging around with that somebody, but they can't help the way they feel. And of course they can choose not to hang around people, but let's face it, that's just not practical. You're gonna go through life and you're gonna meet people. And chances are sooner or later you're gonna develop feelings for that someone else. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be a problem. After all, we all have emotional needs on so many different levels that you can't ever expect one person to fill them all. The flip side of that coin is you can't be so presumptuous and egocentric to assume that you're going to be able to be someone's everything. Now, I realize that is obviously the ideal. It's what we're striving for. It's what romantic comedies are based on. But we don't live in the movies. We live in real life. So what do you got to do when you catch your partner emotionally cheating? Well, it's simple. You caught them, you know it's there. It's going to be excruciating. Chances are it's going to be more excruciating than to find out that they had too much to drink and made a bad decision along the way. Even for you guys, chances are if you find out your woman's been emotionally cheating, you're probably not going to be as livid as if she physically cheated, but you're probably going to be just as emotionally devastated. So how do you deal with it? Well, stop and talk to them. Find out how this came to pass. Now, of course, once the cat's out of the bag, they're going to have to stop seeing that person. They're going to have to stop being friends with that person. But it's really something you have to learn to forgive them on. Don't forgive them for the physical cheating. That's cool. They made a bad choice. They stopped making a choice. That you can't let slide if you don't want to let it slide. But the emotional cheating, if you really love them, you got to stop and think, what happened? So sit down, ask them, talk it out. Now, chances are people change, their lives change. There becomes parts of their lives that, you just won't be able to relate with them on every level. So this is where they're going to make connections with other people. But again, they had no choice in it. There's nothing they can do about it. It's just a fact of life.